Hi everybody, welcome to today's video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to start up the CNC router. And the first thing we want to do is start with a nice clean workspace. So let's look at it. First thing, we want to make sure there's nothing on top. Sometimes people will leave wood or tools up here. We also want to make sure there's no dust or chips on or around the workspace at all. So clean workspace, nothing on top of the machine. We also want to make sure there's no tools or bits. These are the bits that we use. If you see anything that looks kind of like a drill bit, these are called end mills. You're going to want to find it and put it into this tray. Usually they should fit into the little holes right here. Otherwise, you can just drop it into the tray off to the side. And this goes right back here under the machine. Some of the tools that might be out include this wrench, these clamps. There's two of these. Allen wrenches, and we also have these jigs to help for alignment. So if any of those are out, make sure they go back into this drawer. The next thing we want to make sure is that there's no material laying around the machine as well. This could be left over from whoever used the machine last. For example, if somebody's left out some woods from a project they were doing before you showed up, just take those materials, store back where they belong. There are two locations that we store woods. One location is here. These are for thicker woods like boards and sticks. We also have this laser wood storage area. This is for thin plywoods and things of that nature. And I actually lied, there's a third area over here where we store even more of our woods for the CNC and some for the laser. But if you want to access these, you need to ask for permission first. Okay, and that's it for kind of assessing the area before we start. Now let's get into actually how to start up and set up the CNC router. First, let's just make sure that there's no dust inside the machine. Looks clean, there's some tools inside, but I just don't want to make a mess when I open the door. I'm going to come over here to the right side, and there's three switches. The spindle should be flipped backwards to be off. Computer switch should be flipped forwards to be on. And the emergency stop should be extended. You can do this by twisting it, and that will power up the machine. The lights should come on like that, and if they don't, that's okay. It probably just means, I'm gonna go ahead, unlatch and open the door. It probably means that your connector is undone right over here. So sometimes this can come out like that, and if that's the case, then it won't actually light up when you power it on, but it'll still be powered on. So you just want to check that and make sure that it's plugged in. And there you go, that's the switch to fire it. So with the machine powered on and the door open, the first thing we want to do is actually clear away any stuff that might be on the inside. So I'm going to take these, all of these belong in the drawer underneath. And all of this. If there's a bit left in the machine, you can actually leave it, it's fine. You're only gonna wanna change that when you actually know what bit you're going to be using for your project. And that will come up in another video. But for now, we're just clearing up the space. I see actually there's a bit hidden in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove that as well. And this should fit right here into one of our little holder slots. So there it goes. And then I can close this. Another thing we want to look out for is, again, this is very clean right now, but if it's dusty or dirty and you're using the tape method, which will come up again later, you're going to want to make sure it's nice and clean. So just go ahead and wipe it down if it's dirty. For now, I'm going to leave it. And we're also going to leave the whole enclosure open for now. To learn how to change the bit and set up your materials, go ahead and check out our next video. Now that everything related to the machine itself is set up, we're going to actually want to head over to the computer and get set up here. Now that we're getting set up on the computer, let's go ahead and log in. The password is going to be the same as the rest of our laptops, 1264. We'll log in. And generally, people are going to leave some tabs open. It's best just to close out of anything that might be open once you fire up the computer. So I'm closing these browser tabs. Okay, and now that everything's been closed, I'm actually going to go ahead and reopen Google Chrome, and we're going to navigate to a website called Easel. Google Easel, Inventables, and then we're going to come here to the Inventables Easel software and log into Easel. And you're welcome to use your own personal account, but if you would like to access some of the pro features of the software, we do have a shared account for the makerspace. And now you can kind of see projects that people have been working on. We're going to start a new project. And now that we're logged in, we just want to double check that for this machine specifically, we're going to go up here to the machine tab and edit your machine. We want to make sure our work area is 24 inches in the X, that's 24 inches wide, and 12 inches in the Y, that's front to back. And that's it. So we can close out of this. Whatever project you want to work on, you can set up in here, you can import different things, and all of that will be covered in our video showing you how to start your first project. All right, so with the machine fired up, cleaned up, and the computer loaded with Easel, you're ready to go for just about any project you're going to want to do on the CNC. To get a guide for how to take the next steps and actually start doing your project, check out our next video. Thanks.